Before we get into today's video, I do want to let you guys know that this video is for educational purposes only. Please remember to be kind to everybody everywhere in your everyday life, in your home, in the grocery store, and especially in the comment section down below. Please do not show hate to anybody, anywhere. Good morning, my lovelies, my beauties, my friends. My name is Christina and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you will subscribe, stick around, take a chance in hearing some things that I have to say. And if you are a returning subscriber, y'all already know, y'all are my babies. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend and you guys are starting your week off right. We have a story today that is out of South Korea. And you know, I know a lot of us think that America, we're the ones that's got a lot of stuff going on, but we ain't the only ones. Before we get into it though, I did want to let you guys know, if you don't already know, hi, my name is Christina. I do have a second channel, which is Casually Christina. And I also have a Patreon. My Patreon is for 18 and up. Over there, we talk about more personal stuff. We go live over there. And I have a $2 tier over there where all of the true crime stuff that can't go onto YouTube due to their terms and policies, that goes on the $2 tier over on my Patreon. If you guys want to join Patreon, make sure you read what all the tiers offer in the About section so you know what you're signing up for. I also have a Facebook as well as an Instagram and a Snapchat. And all of those are always linked down in the description box if you'd like to come and check me out. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about a woman named Jung. And make sure you stay all the way to the end of this video because there's a special update at the end. Now, back in June of this year, 2023, Jung was 23 years old and living in South Korea. Jung's parents were reportedly too busy to raise her, and so she was raised by her grandfather. Kids that went to school with Jung described her as like shy, maybe a little awkward, and that she didn't really have a lot of friends. And then when she graduated 5 years ago, everything pretty much seemed normal with Jung, and she went head first into true crime. She was watching true crime day and night, you know, just watching it all the time, becoming obsessed with it, and that's what she spent all of her time doing. Jung was unemployed and a bit of a loner, so she spent pretty much all of her time researching true crime, and she was watching documentaries and podcasts and YouTube videos and reading articles. And before you know it, all this enjoyment that she was getting from researching and looking into these cases became dull. And this is when Jung allegedly started to wonder what it would feel like to actually be involved in one of these cases, or a case like she had been studying. Now, it is reported that Jung meticulously planned her crime. It's said that they found that she had been searching the internet for like how to end someone's life, how to conceal a body, right? We've seen this time and time again, you know, where people are like Googling like how to dissolve a body in half, right? Like how to dismember and get rid of it. Like they found that she had been searching stuff, and she came up with an idea that I don't think we've heard of yet, you guys. Now, we've heard of the pregnancy stuff, right? Like that's one you really got to watch out for, you know, being a woman going somewhere alone, a man as well. But we hear a lot of cases about women, the pregnancy on Facebook apps, dating apps. Oh my gosh, we've heard about those, right? Jung came up with a plan to download an app that connects parents with tutors for their children. After Jung downloaded this app, this is when she started reaching out to people and pretending to be the mother of a 9th grader who needed help with her studies. She eventually got connected with this tutor over there in South Korea who was a young woman about the same age as Jung, who was willing to teach her 9th grader English. Now, I do want to say real quick that this tutor's name has not been released. And when I researched more about this, I found that like in South Korea, when there is a person in this situation, things are very, very, very confidential and they keep things quiet out of respect for the family. So I'm not going to be speaking a lot of details about the tutor, but it's not out of disrespect. It's because the information's not out there. because that's the way they do it in South Korea. Just to recap real quick, we got 23-year-old Jung, okay, raised by her grandfather, graduated high school 5 years ago and had no job, really wasn't doing anything with her time. So she began to obsess over TC, true crime, okay? And then she got bored with that and started coming up with a plan of how to actually be in one of these scenarios versus just watching and reading about them. That's when she comes up with a plan to download this app that connects parents with tutors for their children. She pretends to be a mother of a 9th grader, hooks up with this now tutor who is 23 years old, pretty much the same age as her, and she comes up with a plan to meet the tutor. So when that day came, Jung even went as far as dressing up in a school uniform that she purchased from an online flea market. So she's dressed like a student, like a 9th grader and everything. And she heads towards the tutor's house. On her, she has a sharp blade item. And according to the police, they say that Jung was short. She's only 4'9", and with the uniform on, the tutor probably thought that she was a middle school student. So when she showed up at the house of the tutor saw her 4'9", small in her school uniform. She welcomed her right in. And this is when Jung attacked her. It is said that Jung actually stabbed this woman 111 times. Some of these wounds were even on the victim's palms, even after she had stopped fighting back or resisting. It is even said that Jung had tried to remove all of her fingerprints so the victim's body could not be identified. After it was done, Jung went to a store nearby. She bought bleach and trash bags and returned back to the victim's home in order to dismember her. Jung also took the victim's cell phone, ID card, and wallet. But this is when Jung made a critical mistake. Jung took the dismembered body parts and put it in this rolling suitcase and decided she was going to call a taxi to take her somewhere where she could drop these pieces off at. This is when you can see Jung being seen on security camera footage walking with this suitcase. The problem is, Jung's behavior made the taxicab driver very suspicious, and he saw that when Jung got out of the taxicab with the suitcase, he could see the suitcase dripping a red liquid substance. This is when the taxicab driver called the police and reported her. When the cops searched Jung's home, they found blood-stained clothing in bags and some of the victim's body parts. The police immediately arrested Jung on June 21st and charged her with ending the tutor's life and a couple other charges pertaining to the mutilation. Jung initially claimed that she had done this to this woman after they got into an argument, but she eventually admitted the truth after the police found holes in her story and her family urged her to tell the truth and tell them what she had done. When asked at a press event why she did this, this is when she responded that she was out of her mind.
살인 충동을 혹시 언제부터 느끼신 걸까요?
피해자는 유가족께 할 말 없습니까?
피해자와 유가족분들에게 저는 진심으로 죄송합니다.
살해 후에 여러 차례 집을 오가셨는데 혹시 이유가 있었을까요?
실종 사건으로 위장하려고 했습니까?
제정신이 아니었던 것 같습니다. 죄송합니다.
Now, I saw things go back and forth. I saw some reporting saying that she was showing absolutely no remorse at all. And then I saw some reportings where some police spokespeople said that she was very remorseful and that she felt bad and that they were going to have her tested to see if she was a psychopath. Investigators later found out that 3 days before Jung met up with this tutor, she had actually searched family member murder and then turned around and called her father and said, I will do something bad and you will suffer. After I commit something bad, I will end it all. And this was during a 2-hour phone call with her father. Like, how scary. While in custody, investigators say that Jung confessed and told them, I definitely did this to this victim, but after she had died, she came back to life and spoke to her. Then she asked the investigators for like a mental health evaluation. Criminal psychologists analyzed Jung and said that it is highly likely that she will get a lenient judgment for being ruled mentally unstable. And Jung also is said to have had made statements such as, "I feel betrayed after my father remarried, and I feel frustrated because I had to continue living with my grandfather who I did not get along with." And a prosecution official even stated that Jung seemingly sought an outlet for the deep-seated anger accumulated throughout her troubled upbringing. It is believed that her psychopathic tendencies influenced the commission of the crime. According to the Korean Times, news of Jung's crime shocked people across South Korea because of its impersonal nature. Jung had no reason to do this except for to satisfy her own curiosity. And in this case, Jung's entertainment obsession became deadly. Now, what do I think? I can't believe that they're saying she's going to get a lenient sentence because she basically, it almost sounded like the prosecutor's like, well, she had a hard life, and her dad was, wasn't around. And oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Like, that's half of Americans. Like, most of us, but they do things, I guess they do things differently over there. All my South Koreans, if y'all are watching this, let me know what y'all think. I want to know, how does y'all's justice system work? Is it, because just from what I'm reading, I'm like, whoa, we're not talking about somebody that, maybe, and this isn't right either, but, a crime of passion. They did something real quick. Oh my gosh, I'm so stressed out. Blah, I was speeding and I ran off the road, something. Who knows? We're talking about a meticulous, well thought out. But she was studying true crime, which means she studied them all the way through. She knew what happened at the end of it. She knew probably what happened with the families and how hurt that they were. And it almost seems like she thought, I can do this better. I'm going to cut off the fingerprints. I'm going to get away with it. And then yet they're already saying that, well, she had some mental issues. Okay, so there has been an update, and I have lost all daylight, by the way, where I'm at, and this light is bright, so I'm trying to stay out of the way of it. So the prosecution, you guys remember how just a few minutes ago where I was saying that the prosecution was kind of saying, well, she had a hard life and all this stuff. Well, I guess eventually after they got through the full investigation and really found that Jung was not only researching this stuff, obsessing over this stuff, she changed her story multiple times. She tried to say that she moved the body, that she didn't actually do the crime, but she just moved it. She tried to say she was hallucinating. She tried to say all these different things. The prosecution actually, allegedly, from what I understand, requested the death penalty. And from what I could find, they have not given the death penalty over there since 1997. So a long time. It's not something that is requested very often, and it's not something that they give out a lot. So the prosecution was requesting death penalty, and Jung was trying to say that it was mental health crisis, it was hallucination, it was all this stuff. Well, the judge ended up giving her life in prison, which is a big deal anyways, but big deal over there especially. So it looks like justice has been served. When we talk about these situations, no matter how much time you give somebody, no matter if the victims' families are wanting the death penalty, nothing brings that person back. So at the end of the day, it's never a win. And what a horrific thing to do. And what a creative ways people are doing nowadays, where they're ordering stuff online or they're meeting people online. So anyways, I just wanted to update you guys and let you guys know she was sentenced and she got life in prison. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below. I guess I can't say too much about it because, we got all kind of crazy stuff happening over here in America. So maybe they know something that we don't. I don't know. What do you guys think? Y'all let me know what y'all think down below. Other than that, I love y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful week, and I will see y'all in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.